Welcome. It's Wednesday. Oh man, let's get started. Wednesday and Bitcoin's popping off yet again. Correcting from last night's crazy top of 64,000 after we got off. Yeah, this has been a crazy ride today. Yeah, it just keeps getting better and better. Just like my my title tonight. We're gonna dive into that in here in a minute. But if you by chance catch me, this is my 25th stream. Yes, 25. You did it. I did it. And if you like what you see, if you happen to catch me tonight with the YouTube algorithm in the dystopian future that's preventing you from watching me, please like and subscribe down below. Do the thing. Do the thing. And let's dive into this. No lie, Bitcoin is topping the all-time highs in tons and tons of nations across the world. And we're getting right into that. Absolutely insane. Boom! Bitcoin breaks all-time high, gets a dozen of currencies as Bitcoin price breaches 59,000. This was what? The end of yesterday, beginning of today. This is about 13 hours ago. Boom. And I was just got off the phone with a friend of mine in Canada, and well, what do you know? They're already also reached their all-time high as well. So we're just waiting for us here in America, and then pretty much all across the board, every nation is going to be experiencing true FOMO once again. The FOMO we haven't seen in the retail market since 2021. And it's coming right around the corner. So get your butts ready and hold on for dear life, because it's gonna be melting some faces. Melting some faces like Indiana Jones in the Ark of the Covenant. Anyway, the Bitcoin price breached 59,000 on February 28th. February 28th today, as reaching an all-time two-year new high of 59,485, only down 13% from its all-time high. We actually got higher than that as this was developing. I'm sure Cointelegraph didn't do their due diligence a little bit late on this. So over the past few days, Bitcoin has hit the all-time highs against the Japanese yen, the Malaysian ringgit, the Indian rupee, the new Taiwan dollar, the South Korean won, the Chilean peso, the Australian dollar, the Chinese yuan, the South African rand, the Norwegian krone, and the Turkish lira, and yada yada yada, on and on and on. There's like 300 countries. I mean, once we hit all-time highs, we're done. We're done. We cleared it. And last we topped out at 64,000, and everyone's talking about it in the news. Wall Street's going absolutely bonkers, absolutely insane, and we haven't hit price discovery yet, and we are still, of course, moon. 51 days, 2 hours, 53 minutes, and 26 seconds till the Bitcoin halving. 420 blaze it. Bitcoin halving. It's coming. It's right around the corner. You know it's there. You know it's here. Man, oh man, I just lost my whole stream. Dang it. Didn't even get to show that article I had pulled up. But yeah, I was quoting an article. I didn't get it on my screen. Anyway, I'm not going to go back. That's happening. It's happening right now. This is real. This is not a drill. Dystopian future's right around the corner. You better get prepped. Better get prepped, because you never know what's coming. Once everyone's got every sat that's currently available on the market, and the miners don't want to sell because they want to also withhold their wealth as well. At some point, they have to sell in order to pay for all their power and yep, that's right, Mondo, do the thing. That's what we're doing right now. We're doing the thing. We are diving into the markets. Oh, the markets, it's crazy. Coinbase also got hit today. I don't know about you, but I checked my bags. It was around like 12, 1 o'clock. And went on Coinbase because I've got 10% of my entire portfolio is on Coinbase. You never want to have more than a certain, more than what you're comfortable losing, because these exchanges could always go down. We've seen that last year. Three Rose Capital. We saw Celsius, the big one, our buddy, Sam Bankman-Fried, and the FTX collapse. That was one of the biggest ones. I mean, they were all over the place. They even sponsored, Major League Baseball. I don't need to get into it, but FOMO is coming. It's here. It's real, and we are already crashing Coinbase once again. I haven't seen a crash like this in a long time on Coinbase, or any exchange for that matter. So this was serious. This is dead serious. Again, just a reminder, a daily reminder. Get your coins off the exchange. Do things. Do it harder. Do it harder. If I do it any harder, I'm gonna lose my voice again, not like last week. Just a daily reminder. Get your coins off the exchanges. Remember, not your keys, not your cheese, and so many other phrases that go along with that. Not your keys, not your crypto. So, Bitcoin yet again crashed Coinbase, and that's the largest exchange here in America. I don't think Binance had any outages, but if they did, I wouldn't be surprised either. Today was just nutty, just absolutely nutty. There's no shortage of news today either. There's just so much stuff popping off. It's just crazy. Edward Snowden anticipates government acquisition of Bitcoin in 2024. I tell you what, if they want to come and seize my Bitcoin, I mean, I just kind of showed you a little part of my arsenal there. I got plenty more. I don't think the big blue wants to come and mess with us Bitcoiners. Okay, we are prepared for the inevitable transition of this dystopian future. At least I am. So, So he's out here talking about their repossessing our Bitcoin, just like they did our gold in the 70s, I believe, 60s, 70s, when they repossessed everyone's gold, put us on the dollar standard, took away us from the gold standard. It's scary. It might be a good time to leave this country pretty soon. We'll see how this election goes, and then kind of place your bets on that. It's kind of a good read. Maybe we'll just kind of dive into this one real quick. Prediction: a national government will be revealed this year to have been buying Bitcoin the whole time. I wonder who that is. The modern replacement for monetary gold, without having disclosed that fact publicly. Snowden's prediction comes amid increasing institutional, retail, and national state of interest in Bitcoin, with major corporations and investment firms allocating significant resources to the asset. While Snowden did not specify which government he believes will be making the purchase, the prospect of the second national government acquiring Bitcoin and making it legal tender like El Salvador did in 2021 would represent another huge milestone for Bitcoin. And we were talking about this a few weeks ago. Next one in line right now, to be honest, I think would be either Argentina or South America. South Africa. South Africa has been just killing it with crypto adoption. We're talking about people adopting Bitcoin and other. I think WorldCoin was really big in South Africa. Just adopting at such a crazy rate where most of these people didn't have bank accounts, yet alone, an investment asset like crypto. So just imagine that, going from zero to hero in your own country by adopting a crypto or Bitcoin standard. El Salvador did it. And so many other nations have the benefit of doing that as well. And as these smaller countries do that, everyone's going to be moving away from the dollar. And I hate to see that. I hate to have that much of a distaste for our own currency, but that's just what they did. They before I was even born, before we were born, depending on if you're a boomer or whatever you want to call yourself, they printed our future out of existence a long time ago. So this is the solution. It's like Smith said in the Matrix, the Neo. He's like, "You are a tensor, and I am the cure, and Bitcoin is inevitably the cure. So, praise be thy name, Satoshi. As Snowden's prediction garners attention, it underscores the growing mainstream recognition of Bitcoin's role in the global economy and its potential to reshape financial institutions. Yep, it's happening. Interesting. Not the direction they kind of caught me on that on that headline there, but yeah, I believe it. I mean, all it takes is one nation to print their money into oblivion to purchase said asset, and what do you know? They win, you know, and there's nothing really stopping it, other than just losing all credibility, like we have already done it in America. So, have we done that here yet? Maybe the Bitcoin thing is just an inside job to transition Americans' control into world control domination. There's so many other conspiracy theories I have, but number one, this is the underlying asset that is changing the world right now and going by storm, and FOMO and mainstream adoption still has not occurred. Retail's still not even like Googling Bitcoin yet. Let's take a look at that real quick. The Google Trends, right? And last time we looked at Google Trends, I think it was 2 weeks ago. It was during the Super Bowl we checked Google Trends, and back then the only thing that was trending was Satoshi Nakamoto because of Jack Dorsey wearing a Satoshi Nakamoto sweatshirt. People were going, "Whoa, who is Satoshi Nakamoto?" And then yeah, that was a blip, right? It was a blip in the past. And what about now? What's the top searches right now? Find out. Let's see, live here on the stream. I always forget how to do this. Trending right now. We have Coinbase trending number 7. It's not our bitty Bitcoin, but it's something. This is what bothers me. Like, how the hell are people so blind? I mean, CNBC is covering it every day. My dad even told me the news has been covering it. When your folks are telling you they're hearing about Bitcoin, and you're telling them, please just allocate some into it. Just anything's better than zero. Makes you wonder. And I did not have a good conversation with my father, unfortunately, the last couple of days, trying to get him to allocate some of his portfolio into Bitcoin, and it's been a downhill spiral. But I will not stop. I gotta protect the fam, you know? Protect the family. Man, this is sad. Yeah, there's no Bitcoin on here. Nvidia stock. God damn, these plebs. The sheeple! No one's searching Bitcoin? Oh, wait. That was 2 days ago. 2 days ago, we had Bitcoin in the news, or in Google Trends, number 1 or number 2. We weren't even out, you know, as high as we were now. It's something. Maybe by the end of the week we'll have mass adoption, mass fear, mass FOMO. All right. Well, enough of that. What else is going on? So again, going back into the news, look at this little thing about 4 hours ago popped up about Bitcoin and Coinbase as well.
All right, folks, some news just as the show started. Apparently some Coinbase users are experiencing errors in buying and selling, as well as seeing empty account balances. This is some scary stuff. This stock has been on fire, but they're investigating that right now. And by the way, this comes as, of course, we were talking about Apple giving up on these EV dreams. Well, everyone seems to be embracing Satoshi Nakamoto's dream, right? Because everyone now buying Bitcoin. And a lot of it has to do with these 9 Bitcoin ETFs. Yesterday, they broke a volume record, $2.4 billion. And it looks like it's going to keep going on and on and on. With me now, Pomp Investments investor Anthony Pompliano. And ironically, you talked about this being the driver of the next leg up. You just told me because of these ETFs, I guess too much money chasing too few Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, look, what we're watching right here is a reflexive move in price. This is a classic thing that's happened in finance. It's just now on a global stage, and retail got in before the institutions, which is an important component. And so right now there's about $570 million a day of net new inflow to the ETF.
It's almost $1 billion a day right now in net new inflows into these ETFs. That is right, Anthony Papalano. And he's back again in the news.
ETFs. And there's about $50 million worth of Bitcoin that's being produced by the network. And so if you have 10x more demand than supply, the price has got to go up to accommodate everyone.
So we got the table here, right? The 9 ETFs. I bet really.
We covered that a couple days ago as well. The inflows, outflows are insanely high, and the outflows are insanely low.
Taken off big time. That had a big chunk. So when the fees, part of this too is the fees are pretty low, right? They're trying to get market share right now.
The fees are incredibly low. Today already we've had $6 billion of trading volume. It's more than 2x what we've seen so far. And again, if we had $500 million of net new inflows coming in, BlackRock's funds got $8 billion. And this was like the first day or the first week of the launch. You say, oh, that's just people being excited and the pent up demand. We are now almost 2 months post-launch, and we're still seeing $500 million a day. Now, remember, we've got the halving coming up, where we're going to go from 900 Bitcoin a day to 450. So at the same time that all of a sudden the global financial world realized that Bitcoin might be an asset they want to buy, and they're pouring billions of dollars into it, we're about to see that network cut their daily production in half. And so naturally, you get a demand shock, you get a supply shock, prices got to go up.
You said on your podcast that that Bitcoin, that this big move we're talking about now, is sounding the alarm on inflation. How closely do you think Jay Powell's watching this, and what do you mean by that?
So if we go back to 2020, one of the things that we saw was Bitcoin's about $8,000 over the summer of 2020. And all of a sudden, there was a couple of investors, Paul Tudor Jones, Stanley Druckenmiller, they came out and they said, I'm buying Bitcoin because I believe inflation is coming. We can't print trillions of dollars, and this will be the fastest horse in the inflation hedge bucket. They were correct. Bitcoin went from $8,000 to $64,000. But we got to $64,000, 800% increase, and inflation had not hit yet. Markets are forward looking. And so, same thing in November of 2021. Bitcoin started to go down in price because the Fed started talking about bringing inflation down. What I think is happening now, part of it, yes, the ETFs are a big deal, but also we're seeing some data that's saying that inflation may not go away. It may be stickier. It may actually come back to some degree. And so there's definitely a cohort of people who are buying Bitcoin in anticipation of that inflation arriving. They want to be protected by the time the damage comes.
What about those who are saying because Bitcoin is going up is an example of too much money sloshing around and the Fed better take action because this is a red alert? Just too much cash out there.
If you've got cash, the single most responsible thing you can do in the financial market at the moment is probably to buy some Bitcoin. You don't have to put all your money in it, but buying Bitcoin is a great way to actually hedge against the debasement of that currency. And
that's right. And this is the beginning.
What we're watching around the world is...
And it's, this is a worldwide asset. This is not just America. We keep talking about this money sloshing around in America and how it's scaring the Fed. It's bigger than America. This is a worldwide issue. All fiat has been debased by infinite money printing. America's just the worst. These outflows from the ETFs have kind of pretty much stopped. We started in January 11th when we started with the ETFs opened. Just insane. From January 11th to February 9th, we had 6,382 Bitcoins. It was pretty much stopped, come to a screeching halt. Here on the 26th of February, this was posted a day ago on Cointelegraph. We were just 22 Bitcoins out. That's insane. Absolutely insane. And net outflows. Net outflows. So yeah, we pretty much stopped all the selling, and that's just people getting out of the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust for lower fees that BlackRock and Fidelity and other ETFs are offering. So this is huge. We finally stopped the selling, and the price now is reflecting the demand, and they can't keep up. I mean, they're buying up way too much than we can even produce, and they've already exhausted pretty much everything over the counter. Over the counter meaning all Bitcoin that is not on exchanges. That's all in brokerage accounts and stuff like that. That's again away from the main exchanges and just being traded again off the exchanges. So yeah, it is huge. This is coming, and Wall Street is in on it. They know now. This is big. They know this is a proven asset. It's been it's properly, well, not properly regulated, but it's got at least some regulation and the approval by the federal government, the SEC, that it is a commodity. So this is huge. This is just insane. I thought I'd share that because, again, every single day we're getting more and more and more and more of these coverage, news coverages that are, again, you would imagine the general population has to pick up on this, right? And we know other countries are, because at night when you wake up in the next morning and you go to bed and you wake up the next morning, you're like, damn, why my number go up so big? I mean, it's absolutely insane. I have a personal goal to share tonight, again, being the 25th stream for me, the Crypto Otaku. Here, please like and subscribe, and I'll do all the things. Do all the things for me, please, so the YouTube algorithm picks me up, and you know, it does its thing, because we all know that everything's being controlled. Don't let yourself be controlled as well. But yeah, the world is crazy right now. The rest of the world is doing this when we sleep. And yeah, just going back into personal goals, I wanted to share this real quick. My personal bags have now 1,000% since the beginning of, this time last year. So that's on the year. I'm up 1,000% in my bag. So I got a lot of personal goals tonight. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. We shared When Moon last night. That was a lot of fun. Again, just kind of a shout out to the boys on X on Twitter that shared this last night. Went into this a little bit. You just kind of again, going to observablehq.com. Plug that into your browser there, and then When Moon. When Moon is this cute little API that's driven by an algorithm and references here data sources, which is compiled in, and all you have to do is just type in the amount of your stack, how much BTC you have, whether that's 1 or maybe that's half a Bitcoin or whatever it may be. Say you have half a Bitcoin, and you want to retire on 60,000 or 65,000 a year. And yeah, this is auto-generated by the algorithm based on the supply increase due to inflation and also the appreciation rate of Bitcoin, the appreciation rate in percentage. So with this right here, again, half a Bitcoin. So you have 500 million sats, right? Or 50 million sats. Yeah, because every Bitcoin is 100 million sats. So 50 million sats. Your stack value is 31,200 right now, and your desired income is 65,000 a year. So you're going to be pulling out what you need, and yeah, it says here you could retire by 2034. That's not that far. That's not that long. If you only have half a Bitcoin right now, it's only $31,000, and as it appreciates over time, all you have to do, again, on your start date, on your moon date, so in November 11th of 2034, providing Bitcoin doesn't go to zero, because I don't personally believe it goes to zero, because if it ain't going to zero, it's going to a million. Isn't that right? Michael Saylor said, as he constantly quotes, the future of Bitcoin and the end of fiat currency, or at least the debasement of fiat currency, as it depreciates over time. Yeah, so your stack will be worth 1.30. Wow, it's insane. They're predicting half a Bitcoin right now will be about $1.3 million adjusted to inflation in 2034. And yeah, which will be worth $647 on the first day that you withdraw. And you could be able to withdraw $647 each day for the rest of your life. Yeah, and you'd be set. That's impressive. And it breaks down just the amount of time and the depreciation of your total Bitcoin, or the appreciation and the value as it goes down over the years. You'll be taking it out. So really cool. If you're interested in the future of your, the future of your investment and the hopes to retire on just your Bitcoin, I mean, this isn't even counting the other cryptos you might have in your stack as well. They could also outperform Bitcoin in the future. Yeah, it's a really cool tool. I loved it. I covered it yesterday. I thought I'd share it again. Yeah, it's really, really important to think about, because as of right now, the average person needs about that much, 1.3 million, to retire. We can't get that in the traditional market. You can't do that working at McDonald's. I work at McDonald's every freaking day, and I'm only making about, what, $12.75? I ain't making 1.3 million by the time I'm 65. No siree. And 2034, I'm even on half a Bitcoin. Even on half a Bitcoin, by 2034, I'm in my mid 30s. Math. I'm a creative. I don't do math. Math. 2034 minus 2024. That's what, 10 years? 10 years? Yeah. So in 10 years, you could retire on half a Bitcoin. And that's insane. It's absolutely insane. Every time I play with this, I'm just blown away. And that's if you feel comfortable and you live in a place where you can sustain $65,000 a year. Otherwise, you have to wait a little longer. I mean, what's 100,000 even? Half a Bitcoin, 100,000. You'll still be waiting by 2036. That's not too bad. It's 2 more years, and your stack will be worth 2.7 million by then. Absolutely insane. So play around with this. I thought it was really fun. It's a useful tool and tool proven otherwise. Yeah, it's just great. It's awesome. Love it. Anyway, Bitcoin, what's it doing right now? Still holding on, $62,203. Yeah, we could see another big pump tonight as well. Nothing's stopping it. Bitcoin's only going up. The institutions are buying like crazy. Let's take a look and see where we're at with the inflows of the net inflows of the ETFs. Let's dive into that real quick, and then we'll move on to some other things. So, BitcoinTreasuries.net. This is where we go to check on all of the ETFs. Oh my God, insane! BlackRock is already over 141,000 Bitcoin. 141,000. That's insane. You know what they started at back in January? Zero. You know how much they've acquired personally, like personally acquired on their balance sheet? I would assume probably zero, because they're using all of their institutional money, all the hedge funds, the investors, Wall Street, smart money, whoever is buying Bitcoin through Grayscale, or through Fidelity, BlackRock, all these ETFs, right? Bitwise, VanEck. I don't think VanEck got even in yet, did they? But yeah, VanEck did. But yeah, all these ETFs, and they are using your money to purchase their Bitcoin, because they're not losing it. Again, they're not losing their Bitcoin. So that is that. Man, that's insane. I mean, absolutely crazy. And this is updated as of today. Ooh. Was it? It still got yesterday's numbers in it. We'll see what they bought today. I heard, again, I was another thing I was going to cover. Let's see. I don't think I saved it. Dang it. There was a... Nope. Here we go. Bitcoin ETFs break volume record led by BlackRock amid wild crypto crazy price action. Net inflows into the U.S. listed spot Bitcoin ETFs accelerated this week, with BlackRock's IBIT pulling $520 million into fresh funds on Tuesday. Insane. And BlackRock Bitcoin ETF has traded $3.3 billion Wednesday. That's today. That's today. Twice as much as its previous volume record. We're setting new numbers, new records every single day. Every day now. It's insane. The frenzy in the ETF trading happened as Bitcoin surged to $64,000 during the day and then quickly fell to 60 grand. US spot Bitcoin ETF exchanges experienced another massive trading session Wednesday as Bitcoin's price surged to 64,000 and quickly tumbled. Bitcoin's IBIT broke its record volume for the third consecutive day. The third consecutive day. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF is just killing it. Insane. And again, that's your money. Buying them Bitcoin. And they're not going to let it go. They're going to hold on to that for dear life. Because again, BlackRock's plan is to have at least 1% of their net worth in Bitcoin. And for BlackRock, I think they own a $10 trillion asset manager. For BlackRock, that would be, God, who knows? By the time it gets to that price, it could be well around like $1 million. They need like $1 million. $1 trillion right now. I don't know. Again, I'm not a number guy. I'm a creative guy. You see this? You see all this? This is what I'm all about. I'm all about this crazy crypto chaos. Numbers. You give me numbers. I don't know numbers. I can get numbers. So give me a calculator, I get numbers. Okay. Big numbers though. $1 trillion. What's 1% of $1 trillion? That's $10 trillion. That's an absurd amount of money. 10 billion, 10 trillion plus 1%. That's $100 billion. Like $100 billion. Like Dr. Evil from Austin Powers. Divided by 60,000, right? Let's just say, just for clean, easy math, $60,000 right now. They would have to have a F ton of Bitcoin. Not as much as I thought, though. You'd say that they already have their allocation, 1%. Unless I did my math wrong, they're pretty damn close already. Only about 28,000 away. I don't know why I was thinking it was much higher. Huh. I might have fudged those numbers, but again, I'm not a mathematician. That's right. That's right, Mondo. You gotta hodl. You gotta hodl that. You gotta hodl that. And you know, that's a hard hodl, man. I mean, I've been there for 3 years now, hodling this intense pattern. This intense chart. It's been a long hodl from up here, right in here when I got in, all the way back down and up again. But I gotta clean up this chart. Holy crap. Holy crap, it's a mess. Oh man. Look at this. This is insane. We can get rid of this now. There ain't no bear market resistance anymore. We're almost at all-time highs again. Insane. All these crazy price trajectories we were expecting at the beginning of the year, and we've already blew through them so much faster than I ever anticipated. I really thought this was going to take much longer. Look at this. We are so close. Oh my god. I need a minute. It's been a long it's been a long journey. Oh man. I need to breathe. I ain't got to turn the fan on in here, man. Oh man. Yeah. So if you've held for this through this bear market, that was a rough one. And props to you, and salute. Have a drink on me. That's nuts. This has been a crazy ride. And it's gonna get crazier. as we get to the all-time highs, as Wall Street's already in, the institutions are in, ETFs are in, FOMO hasn't really kicked off yet. We are going to see some serious shit, as Doc Brown said in Back to the Future. You're going to see some serious shit. We're going to get up to $88,000. Oh, man. And, yeah, it's not stopping. It's not stopping. Because who the hell is shorting, again, before the halving? Before the FOMO? Place your bets. Place your bets. All right, let's dive into some more crazy crypto chaos. Crazy crypto chaos. Oh, man. What else we got in the news today? Yep, we've already read about the inflow records. Bitcoin breaks 50,000 barrier, outranking Meta by market value. Ooh, we're knocking people off of the top assets market caps. We're coming for gold. We're coming for silver. Oh, did we pass silver yet? Not yet. Apparently we knocked off Meta, but it's still not showing it up here. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we pretty much did. Crypto in general did. Crypto in general as a market cap has already surpassed gold, Google, Amazon. I don't think Nvidia yet. We can check that as well. We go to the coin market cap, and well, we can look at the total. Total market cap. Yep, we've exceeded $2.2 trillion. $2.2 trillion. So crypto in general is now surpassed everything but Apple, Microsoft, and gold. It's coming. They say that this year we actually could reach a $10 trillion asset market cap for all crypto. Or even Bitcoin alone. I think that would put Bitcoin, if Bitcoin were to be a $10 trillion market cap, and we have a good tool to show you on that as well. Coin Perspective. If you haven't tried this out yet, this is an awesome tool. The Coin Perspective can tell you how much a coin will be worth based on market cap. Now, I don't 100% agree with this, and again, is because of the multiplier that we cannot really quite estimate based on fair value. As the demand really goes and goes up, and the scarcity goes with it, the multiplier can just absolutely melt faces off. I mean, so I take this with not a grain of salt. I'll take it with it's a good place to gauge, right? I'd say it's about 75 to 80% accurate based on most of the crypto assets, but Bitcoin in general is going to be a hard one to really gauge, again, because of that multiplier and how scarce the asset is going to be against fair value. So all you have to do here is plug in whatever coin you want, or go to any coin you want, and then type in the target price, and it'll tell you the market cap it needs to be at. So say we want to see a $500,000 Bitcoin. $500,000 Bitcoin would be, again, just touching that $10 trillion market cap for Bitcoin. So, could that happen? That is my well, it was my personal bullish price for the top end of 2025. Are we going to get there? We'll see. But at this rate, we could get to 75,000 next month. Already ahead of the halving. I thought we were going to touch 75 at the halving. So we are on a totally different trajectory than I have even envisioned, could even imagine at the beginning of this year. Bitcoin has just broken through so many thresholds that we can't even fathom where we're going to be at. At the halving. Yep. So we're still, again, about 2 months away. And yeah, look at this. Look at this beautiful trend too. I took this originally last night while we were just messing around. We were just messing around like, oh, what if this measure move actually met this measured move here and then actually played out? And you can see here, it almost played out perfectly. Almost played out perfectly. We started back here when I laid it down. And then as the night went on, it was pretty nice. Had a consolidation in the morning and then boom, exploded. And could we really be up here by the halving? Honestly, I think at this point, if you take this measured move back here and you put it, or this is there, we could probably even be even higher. I think personally we're going to be about 75,000 for the halving, regardless. Right now everyone's getting wrecked, everyone's getting shorted, everyone who's short's getting liquidated, and this is at the end of the month. Tomorrow is the last day, I believe. No, we got one more day of February, and then we are done. We are done for February, and that's a whole new month and a whole bunch of new crazy. Historically, I don't think March has been a good month for Bitcoin in the past. Let's go back and look. So much to always dive into. During the bull cycle, looks like it has been pretty favorable. And then I'm just so used to the bear cycle. It hurts, it pains me. But we didn't have, that's kind of the end of the bull cycle back in 2022. So nothing, no real time frames really gauge a good, the end of the bull cycle back in 2020 or 2018 as well. Interesting. Yeah, we're kind of in unknown territory, I think, especially with the institutions. ETFs this time really is different. It really is different. All right. So let's dive into some more stuff. I thought I'd play into X a little bit, just seeing how the whole day is going with everyone on Twitter, how people are reacting. It's pretty crazy. This is what we were just talking about. BlackRock's trading volumes, pretty insane. Apparently this is today's. Whoa, $3.3 billion in trading volume in just today. What? The entire ETF market was only doing just under $1 billion, even $500 million total between the nine. What? Insane. I'm speechless. Oh my god. And look at this, El Salvador. We were just talking about El Salvador. Hell, praise El Salvador, the first Bitcoin economy. El Salvador is up 40% since making their first Bitcoin purchase in 2021. I remember exactly where I was when this happened. I was on the road for a company I was working with at the time. Not McDonald's. No. But I was on the road looking for equipment. And they just went ballistic and they adopted it, and almost no one bat an eye. I was like, are you kidding me? This is insane. This is incredible. El Salvador is the first nation to adopt Bitcoin. But they've done amazing, and now they're mining Bitcoin with volcanic energy. Talk about taking the most scarce asset and then mining it using the most almost near infinite power to mine it. Absolutely insane. Absolutely incredible. Good job, El Salvador. I really hope the rest of the world follows in your footsteps. What else we got going on? Oh, jeez, the Bitcoin halving is very close. You can stop. You can get new shoes now. Bitcoin hodlers who bought at 60,000 in 2021 are now up 0.8%. Look at that. Everyone is almost up. Look at that. If you bought at the very tippy top, you are almost up. That's the power of DCA, though. If you were to still be buying through the highs, through the lows, through everything, you would be up. I can tell you my own personal bags are up 1,000% on the year, so you would be up quite a bit. So everyone, I would say about 98% of people are up from their initial buy-in levels. Oh wow, El Salvadorian president tells Peter Schiff to cry harder after telling Bukele, that is the the president of El Salvador, to sell their Bitcoin. Peter Schiff, my God, the balls on this guy. Like, how can you be wrong for so long and still push gold? Oh, that's insane. And now the gold ETFs are actually seeing outflows into Bitcoin ETFs. Incredible. It's incredible. El Bitcoinador. Oh man. Yeah, so everyone's rejoicing, everyone's excited, everyone's ecstatic. Again, all-time highs for America are soon, and everyone else is already celebrating as they should be. Look at this crazy candle. This is a daily candle right here. We're just talking about how the last daily candle we had was incredible, and we hadn't seen one in a while, since back here at the beginning of the month. But this candle here, this one's insane. What is that? Holy crap, a 10% candle. When was the last time we had a 10% candle on the daily? Oh, that's a 6%. This is probably the first big candle of the bull run. There's a 10% there. That was probably the beginning of the year, right? No, that was back in October. Boom, back in October. That was the official start, really, of this trend, which we also broke out of again a few days ago. We've completely decimated this parallel channel we've been stuck in for a long time. And I mean by stuck in, I mean this is an incredible feat for an asset. And Bitcoin in general has been again the most performing asset, the best performing asset in the world, but also for an ETF, it is the most the best performing ETF on record in U.S. history. There's nothing quite like it, and again, there as a monetary system, there's nothing quite like it. There's been nothing like it ever in human history. So it's well deserved, and it needs to be respected. Man. But yeah, enough of Bitcoin. I can't stop talking about Bitcoin. Everyone's so excited about Bitcoin, but you know, Bitcoin is also the granddaddy of all crypto, and there are about 30,000 other cryptos. So let's take a look where everyone else is at with the market. It's an absolutely insane day. Haven't seen the day like this since 2021. It's just making me all giddy. Everything is up. Everything is up by leaps and bounds. Oh my God, Jasmy's up 50% on the day. I haven't even really paid attention. I know my bags have been just going crazy, but where's Jasmy even at right now? And again, this is... Oh, did it happen? This is top 100. I think Jasmy just finally made it to the top 100. Let's confirm this. But Jasmy was just at 130, 140 as of yesterday. I believe Jasmy has finally made it. Oh my God! Jasmy's in the top 100. It's 78. It's currently 78 right now. Oh my God! Wow! And we are sitting at about 2 cents, just over 2 cents. Insane. And this is one of my favorite projects I've been proudly shilling now. Again, being an otaku. And as I may remind you, if you haven't checked me out before, which I'm sure you haven't because I'm still kind of new. But yeah, I am an otaku by nature, by born and bred, and I found Jasmy back in 2020, by the tail end of 2021, and I had started buying in towards the beginning of 2022, I believe. And so when I found out about this project, it was very, very important to me. Again, being the first regulated crypto in Japan, I was sold. I was sold right away. Because, yes, Jasmy. So congrats to Jasmy. And just want to share a little bit of my past. So as an otaku, as the crypto otaku, and again, following the first regulated crypto of Japan, the dubbed Bitcoin of Japan, not quite Bitcoin, but we'll get into that later. I've always had a strong connection to anything from Japan and pop culture, and throughout my childhood. I grew up with, again, every video game you can imagine in that time period. NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, the Master System, even some of my babysitters or what have you. But it wasn't really. I made a connection until I was much older. I grew up with Godzilla, Speed Racer reruns, and Transformers, and just anything you can think of. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Super Sentai. Here in the States, it was crazy back in the 90s. And it wasn't until I got a little older, I think it was about 12, a little game called Metal Gear Solid came out, and I met the idol, a video game idol of a lifetime, and I became officially an otaku. I'll play that little clip right here.
Otakon. It stands for Otaku Convention. An otaku's a guy like me who likes Japanimation. Japan was the first country to successfully make bipedal robots. They're still the best in the field of robotics.
And Japanese cartoons played some part in that?
They did.
Damn right they did.
I didn't get into science to make nuclear weapons, you know.
That's what all scientists say.
I became a scientist because I wanted to make robots like the ones in the Japanese animes. Really, it's true.
Just sounds like a childish excuse to me.
But yeah, it's a little bit dig into my past there as an otaku, as a self-proclaimed otaku, of course. And from there on, I've always been referred to as an otaku to all my friends, family, and of course, internet handles. So, yeah, absolutely insane. If you haven't played Metal Gear Solid, please check it out. It's one of my favorite games of all time. One of my favorite video game developers of all time as well. Hideo Kojima. Absolutely phenomenal man. I idolize him 100%. He made me the conspiracy nut I am today by the games that he produced and developed. So shout out to Hideo Kojima. If I ever get to meet him, it would be a chance of a lifetime. I at least have one thing that he's held and signed, so I am happy. But yeah, absolutely stoked. I am floored. Jasmine, if you got in on Jasmine early, like a lot of us did, hopefully in the past, you are up an incredible amount. It's an incredible feat to also hold this coin as all of its struggles. Jasmine had been placed in the innovation zone back in, oh my god, it's been so long now. Probably back here when it reached 80 cents, or 8 tenths of a penny back then. It was placed in the innovation zone by Binance, probably due to some manipulation, because Binance Smart Chain also put out a similar product, and that is a democratized data token. So I think Binance was withholding this and withholding its progress for a long time. It's finally broken out since crypto's been adopted mainstream in Japan, with venture capitalists being approved to purchase said assets just a couple weeks ago. So, very exciting times ahead, and that's just one of many projects. We have ETH coming out with a new update in just a couple weeks, I think. And when that happens, all the layer 2s are going to get so much cheaper, so much stronger. I'm really looking forward to seeing where Polygon lands in the coming months. It's finally broken out of its, legendary stable coin like pattern, right? I'd say the only one I'm really disappointed in this bull run right now is going to be XRP. But just like everything else, when that time occurs, do you want to be the person not holding a strong asset once they do inevitably flip that switch and get all markets onto settling cross-border payments with XRP? I don't want to be on the other side of that. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna be sticking true to my plan, because again, XRP could be the solution for all of the backlash you're getting on the CBDC end for the rest of the world and America as well right now is a huge buzzword, and people are fighting it. So XRP still could be a good play. What else is going on? Solana's finally back over 120. We haven't seen that level since the beginning of the year. At the end of December, actually exploded, and yeah, we are back up above and not an all-time high, but a new high. We haven't seen since even close since the beginning of the year. So awesome! Can't wait to see how far Solana gets. Again, we have a long way to get to the previous all-time high with $300 ish, right? Depending on the chart you look at, it is right around there, 300, 280, something like that. I think it's coming. I do. So many tokens, so many. And look at that flippin' Dogecoin. Up over 10 now. Placing at 9. The little doggy that could. Still running, still going. I just... I'll let dog coins be dog coins, I guess. Please don't play this lottery ticket. You don't want to be on the other end when it falls, when the musical chairs stop. That's just my personal advice, not your financial advisor at all. But I'm here for the utility. I like utility. I like things that do things. Here's a Pez dispenser, a Bitcoin Pez dispenser at that. It provides me with Pez. That's great. I like candy. Yeah. What does the dog coin do? Well, it might hold monetary value to someone before, you get out on it. So keep that in mind. Oh, man. Oh, my God. It's just been nuts. All right. Where's Bitcoin at? Oh, God. 61.3. Moving on up. And we have about 3 minutes until China opens, I believe. Actually, I noticed the other day that our time zones are kind of conflicting with the daylight savings time here in America. So China right now is already up. They're about 10 a.m. right now, and the market's already open for them for about an hour, half hour. So we're going to start seeing some stuff there. Japan as well, I think, is getting close to about 11, 12 o'clock. Japan being right now is 11 o'clock in the afternoon. Most of all the trading volume, that's this trading volume right down here, as what you see there, happens usually around the afternoon of all major markets. So America, China, and Japan, again, used to be the third world largest economy, and now have been kind of demoted down to 4 or 5. They're still relatively relevant. Don't count them out, especially when it comes to crypto. So, that being said, yeah, we could see some serious shit here in the next hour, half hour, what have you. Man, what a mouthful. What a day. I did see this article I kind of wanted to talk about as well while we're waiting for something to happen, possibly here in the market tonight. But Bitcoin, U.S. senators oppose Joe Biden's CBDC plans. We were just talking about CBDCs and the potential of other coins taking its place in the grand scheme of things. And one of the big things I remember towards the end of last bull cycle, I haven't checked on it in a while. The FedNow program back in 2022, I think it was. Man, it's a long time ago. When they settled that, it might have been the end of middle of last year. The FedNow program was supposed to use a crypto platform called Metal Pay. I don't know if they ever did get off the ground with that. I used to have it on here. I used to have invested a little bit into it, but it was never really clear whether they were going to actually incorporate their product into the FedNow program. It was also listed and delisted multiple times, and I just kind of moved funds at that point to a better project. I think that project was actually XRP, now that I think about it. Hopefully metal pays not up that much. That'd be kind of a disappointment. But I've been pretty safe over the years. I've only ever lost about $300 technically. That's never coming back. I invested in a little project known as Terra Luna. Remember that one? That was actually a gem back in the day, Terra Luna. And I don't think Luna's coming back. I really don't. At one point it was worth hundreds, or $800 or I mean, look at this, $116, and then boom, Do Kwon happened. He fled the country and left us all hanging, and got picked up by authorities, and he's spending his life in prison now. So, yeah, you can get hurt in this market. I've been very fortunate. I've gotten back on my feet. Been a very, very lucky black cat with many lives, but this is one of my only sad stories, and thankfully I only ever really lost about three Terra Luna when the whole thing was said and done, and about $200-300. So not a bad deal to take when it comes to the rest of your bags. Again, if you have a well-diversified portfolio, you could avoid a lot of landmines, really. That was one of the ones I avoided, thank God. I love Bitcoin maxis, don't get me wrong, I love Bitcoin maxis. A large portion of my portfolio is in Bitcoin alone. But when you want to also see some incremental gains, aside from, again, the possibility of this being a similar structured multiple, 4-year cycle, that's the game you got to play. You got to look for those other winners. And again, this is the new Web 3. This is the new internet. We're building around it right now. I mean, we got games being developed on all these platforms. Talk about it all the time. AVAX, Solana, Alluvium's coming out. It's gonna be another Pokemon clone. Gunzilla. Can't wait. Off the Grid. Off the Grid's coming out. It's gonna be the next big game that I'm anticipating, and it's built on Avalanche. I've showed it here a few times, and it's right up my alley. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of all of the 80s sci-fi. Dystopian future, that's what we're currently living in right now, 2024. And that is right up my alley with the rest of the pop culture that I was born with. So yeah, crazy. And look at this, Bitcoin's starting to move back up again, still staying on the similar pattern. This is what we were following last night, and it just kind of exploded from there. What happens when we follow the same trend line here, and then also another measured move up from there? Ooh, that's coming. Mondo, so she's talking about MMOs that are play to earn, play to earn. That's exactly the strategy they're going with. There's lots of games like that, but an MMO, like a truly open world MMO, they're coming. It's just, MMOs take a lot longer to develop than like your first person shooters or your two-dimensional side scrollers or puzzles or tower defense games and what have you. All these mobile games are now being developed on these blockchains, and I'm not a big fan of mobile games. I could care less, but a big AAA title that's got Cyberpunk wrapped all in one, and I'm all for it. I can't wait. Cannot wait. Looks like right now we are looking at possibility of getting back up to 62. Waiting on the 15-minute to close, and then see if we can get above 615. It doesn't look like that's happening. We are coming back down. So it's gonna be another slow night, and then I'm probably gonna wake up and it's gonna be a whole new world. A whole new world, a whole new crypto world. Oh man. Crazy. Oh, But yeah, let's take a look at the book map right now, brought to you by Kimba, my favorite book map supplier here on YouTube. Yeah, it's looking like the Bulls are pretty much stronger than the Bears at the moment, and we're constantly fighting this overlapping price action. Crazy. And yeah, I would say in the next hour close, probably at 10 o'clock at night here in the New York area. Yeah, oh, we're coming back. If we get higher than that in the 15, right before the 15-minute close, we could see, we can just get over 615. Come on, 615. Go for like 6175. And actually, we can go back and look at the previous cycle and see what our next point of resistance is going to be. The big major one is probably going to be like 65 again. We're going to tap 64, 65 again. I mean, there's really nothing up here. We really are on new territory. We've only ever been up here this high for roughly 3 weeks. This right here doesn't count. That was a day. This is also on the weekly chart. Yeah, about 3 weeks. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's not going to take much to break back up here, and then we're price discovery mode. There's nothing stopping us. Nothing. I don't see nothing up here. There's nothing up here stopping us from a new all-time high. And we're, again, less than 2 months away from the halving. The halving now has actually moved up to, I'm still keeping 420, because that's where we were actually supposed to land. But now we're looking at, I think it's April 8th. And that is going to be actually the day, I think Mark Yusko was talking about this in one of his interviews. Mark Yusko, amazing investor. So April 8th is eclipse. Supposed to be a solar eclipse. Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah, April 8th, a total solar eclipse will be visible from the until 2040. What? How is that even possible? It'll be visible for the United States until 2044. Huh. Interesting. Huh. Well, we got that to look forward to. And yeah, it's gonna be a new age for sure. Don't forget the acid rain's coming. And don't go outside, it's gonna melt your skin right off your flesh. The flesh right off your bones. Because we are going into this dystopian world. Oh man. Let's get back down into 15-minute chart. I like the 15-minute chart. It's pretty good indicator to see kind of where we are on the mid time frames. And it does not look like we are going there. Oh, we could have a pullback and then shoot back up. People just buy the bottom, buy the dip, like we always do. But I think right now is probably going to be a good time to call it. Take a good nap, get some shut-eye, wake up, and you're just going to be in the green, baby. New all-time highs are right around the corner. Bitcoin is just blowing up. I have so much to talk about every day now. It's impressive. It's absolutely insane. We are so close. So close. And you have no idea what's going to happen. We could see Bitcoin at 100,000 possibly before the halving as well. There's no reason why we can't. Look how much room we've got. This is a 15-minute chart. Can you even see the halving yet? Got a long time to go. We got 2 more months to go. Crazy. I think it could happen. So don't let your dreams be dreams. Stay frosty. Stay invested. And hodl. Hodl. You're holding on to dear life. No paper hands. No silly paper hands. Stay in Bitcoin. Stay strong. And I'll see you next time here. Crypto Otaku. Signing out. Later. Later. I can't stop looking at this chart. I know as soon as I walk away, it's gonna blow up, and I'm just gonna like, I should have stayed on 20 more minutes. All right, I'm calling it. Okay. Later, talk about.